Hello and welcome back to Rimworld. Last time, a great sadness has befallen our colony, and yon Brody the blacksmith is officially dead. He is dead and buried in a grave right next to Twiddle, who was probably the most useless member of our colony ever. Which is kind of a sad place to be put, I will admit. If only he could have gotten next to, like, I don't know, White House or Leinster. But that is, like, water. I'm pretty sure Brody would prefer to be put next to Twiddle as opposed to being put in a lake, which I feel like is not a proper burial of any type, actually. So, yeah, that's a thing. So anyway, Brody is dead. Quite unfortunate. Apparently our tortoise is now a trauma savant, which I looked up what savant means just to make certain, and it is, in fact, apparently a super intelligent tortoise now. I don't even know. I mean, I really don't understand how that works, but, you know, there you go. You know, thinking about the situation, we should probably put this guy on, I was gonna put him on Chewy so he'd stop going into battle and getting, like, almost killed over and over again. But apparently you need actual animal skills to be assigned animals, so that's not really a thing. Is that really a rec room? Huh. Well, this should all... I think we need to make certain that this is a no-roof area. Just gonna put this out over here. Everything out here, because this is supposed to be an open space right in this area so that we can just have, you know, the comms all set up, although I think I was completely wrong about how the comms work and nothing actually drops nearby it. But we also have the telescope, which I feel like is slightly important to have it outside. I don't know, I've heard that there's just a slight bit of improvement in the quality of a telescope when you put it, you know, outside. So in terms of the current like environment outside, we've got about 16, 17 degrees. The heaters are gonna have to go on soon enough. This seems to definitely be a colder area rather than a warmer one, so I feel like the actual heaters are always going to be more useful than the coolers, although certainly the coolers are important, especially the ones in the walk-in fridge, but that's a completely different issue entirely and is really not even close to the same as what was being discussed previously, but I'm going to stick with it regardless. So wait, it's currently fall. Oh, it is currently fall. And we have basically filled all of our walk-in fridges. Man, we have a huge quantity of farm production now, don't we? I think I might have slightly overdone it just a little in the face of the great famine of the previous winter. Although I think, I don't know, can you really overdo it in the face of a famine? So what we're going to do is basically we're going to build another room down here, and we're going to expand this walk-in fridge into this area so we have some more space, and we can set up a cooler or two down here just to make that work. Are you just walking around, Ninja? Oh, right. He's been seriously brain damaged. That is not a great thing. There's been a lot of brain damage in this colony, and people being torn to pieces. Although I would say mostly brain damage. Only one person was torn to pieces, even though said person was a very important person to the colony overall, and will be missed terribly because he was awesome. Poor Brody. Poor Brody. So we do also need to set up a machining table, which... we have kind of a workshop here, but it's filled with stuff. We could put it in the art place, and just thinking about it, I'm a bit too lazy to not put it in the art place. So, what? A group of chickens, abandoned or lost, have wandered into the area. They seem accustomed to human contact and are joining the colony. Oh! Well, I appreciate that. Come on into the colony, chickens. Come on in. Okay, we need to set up like a chicken coop or something. We could, so what we can do is set up a bunch of animal spots in here. So if we go into MISC and get party spots, where actually is that? Is it in furniture? Yes, animal sleeping spots. Now I don't really know how many chickens we have. It's kind of hard to tell based on the fact that, you know, they just showed up. How many is there? It looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 chickens. So we need at least 10 sleeping spots in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, cool. So we'll have 10 sleeping spots, and this will be the comms relay, telescope, and barn? Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure, whatever. Whatever works. That's just how it's gonna go. Potentially we can turn this area into a coop so that during the winter our chickens don't get, like, destroyed by the cold. Oh, check it out. They are all just gonna sleep here. It's gonna be so happy. At some point they're gonna make eggs, and we're gonna eat chicken eggs, and it's gonna be great, and they're all gonna cry because we're basically eating their babies, and they're not terribly happy about that. But you know what? I didn't ask the chickens, so the chickens can just shut up, you know? That's just how it works around here. Oh, yeah, it's gonna be perfect. And then in here, we'll just have... Ooh, a hare has become self-tamed. Well, welcome to the colony, hare. Man, we've went from having a single tortoise to having an entire colony of chickens. And a hare. I don't know if this is a big success or maybe it's a failure. I don't know. Did we really want all of these chickens and hares? It's quite hard to tell. I mean, they're nice in the very least. They'll just peck around the ground in here, so that should be fine. Where is he going? Wandering just out into the colony. Can we get this so that it doesn't allow animals out? Because I would really like to see, you know, all of our chickens just stick around in this area. But I guess that's not going to be a thing. I guess they're all just going to, you know, do what chickens do, if that's what you insist, chickens. If that's what you insist. Ooh, Devil Strand research, very nice. What else should we get? Shipbuilding basics could be one of them. It is 500, and I don't know what it does. It might boost our technology level up to Spacer, but I feel like we need to start working towards actually getting off the planet. So getting some spaceship tech would be the ideal way to do that. Bushetto, if you could not lock yourself in that room, that'd be amazing. I would be really happy about that one. Yeah, just a small thing. So do we have a roof over here? Perfect, perfect. We're gonna have to set up another cooler in this area. Although I don't think we have the components for it right now. We can tear down one of these cryosleep chambers for it. I think currently all of our components are going to the construction of the solar generator, which is actually the geothermal generator, which is actually perfectly fine because we do need a bit of extra power, especially during things like solar eclipses and such. That extra power is quite useful. But at the same time, we will need even more components, which we'll not only get from the cryosleep casket, but we can also get some components from the machining table. Once it's done, as I say that, it does also require components, which is slightly concerning, in that I'm not certain how many components we actually just have sitting around. I mean, we have 8 here. Is there any other way to get components right now? Because I'm pretty sure we've dug up all the compacted machinery, because we are, of course, the most impressive of all miners in the world, and our colony has proven to be concerningly effective at pulling resources out of the ground. Or I guess it's not technically the ground, it's just walls. So, you know, that's a thing. Is that our hare? That is our hare. Can we train this to obedience? Someone train that hare into obedience. That'd be amazing. We'll have another colonist with a pet. It'll be great. Outside of that, oh my word. This colony is now bustling with a bunch of chickens. I will admit, I quite enjoy that because chickens are awesome. Oh, do we even need another cooler in here? I don't think so. We're gonna cancel that production. That should be fine. We'll set up the new storage zone in here with the standard copy and paste scenario that we usually do. And that should be perfectly fine. There we go. And we'll just do a little bit of copy, and paste. And we've now got an extended walk-in fridge, of course. I don't know if you've noticed, but the walk-in fridge has no floor, which I don't think is good for food to sit out on a dirt floor. So we're gonna set that up with a wooden floor in due time, which it really will be due time whenever, you know, things work out that way. It appears that everyone is losing their mind, mostly, I would assume, over the death of Brody and the terrible things that have happened recently, including people being shot numerous times, which I would think would be a legitimate reason to not be terribly happy about the situation. So we got a food binge and some sad wandering. Both of those are acceptable. I mean, the food binge is very acceptable because we have a ton of food. So basically, eat as much as you want, you know? That's just how it works. Your friend Brody died. I mean, Brody was your lover, Nina. Come on now. Don't be that person. Oh, check it out. We got an egg. A fertilized chicken egg. Oh my word. If all goes well, it should hatch into a chick. It can be eaten raw, but it's much better cooked. Should we be putting this in a, like, frozen walk-in fridge? I feel like that is not at all good for the egg. It's not a good thing. Oh, check it out. We have another one. Oh, my word. We're going to have so many chickens. It's going to be crazy. Oh, check it. Machining table. There you go. Ooh. They have combat supplies, eh? Looks like a ship has passed by. They have some nice combat supplies. We are going to have to try to have a little chat with said combat suppliers about potentially getting in, I don't know, machine guns. Sounds amazing. I would love to have at least a few machine guns out here. I mean, we do have machine guns. I mean, we have Gatling guns. We have 2 Gatling guns, both of which are fairly useless, but you know, they're Gatling guns nonetheless, and they're at least good for intimidation, if nothing else, and they are pretty much useful for nothing else. Oh, check this. What do we got here? Okay, looks like we have some stuff we can sell to them. Negative numbers is sell. Oh, are they not buying those for any particular quantity of money? Oh, I guess that short bow is just really bad, so they're only buying it for 30 cents. I see how it is. I see. Let's sell them a lot of this more primitive weaponry we have around because, you know, we don't really use primitive weaponry all that much because we are a civilized people. We'll keep the long swords because the long swords were originally... we'll sell that one. We have a few long swords. It's fine. We have a jade shiv. Where did we get a jade shiv? And no, we're not keeping that. We're selling it. Although I like the concept of having a jade shiv. It's not really something we want, necessarily. Okay. In terms of actually buying things, we're going to be looking at more weaponry here. They do have a Kevlar helmet for 332, which could be decent. In terms of actual weaponry to purchase, I mean, they don't have a lot of stuff, I will admit. They have some PDWs. They have, like, some heavy submachine guns. But I'm not terribly interested in those. I'd be more interested in, like, assault rifles, charge rifles, that sort of thing. So, unfortunately, you have nothing that we want. Disgusting colony. Perhaps we should get a simple prosthetic leg. Although we can make peg legs pretty easily. Yeah, I feel like... Ooh, medicine. Let's get, like... what, 2, 3 pieces of medicine in here? We'll get 4, because I can't be asked. So we're going to get 4 pieces of medicine in here, and we're going to use those to create actual medical beds in the hospital, because I feel like having actual medical beds would be slightly useful. So these, we will have them hauled into the actual storage area, and then immediately we will forbid them so that they can't be used by anyone, because we really don't want anyone just using this medicine. This medicine is very much for hospital beds exclusively, and not for any form of just general work on people to, you know, make sure that they survive, because it's not what we're looking for here. We are not looking for people to survive. We're looking for medical beds, which are going to be awesome, trust me. Okay, Chewie, you can cease to be a hauler now, because you got more important things to do than haul stuff around. If at all possible, we should soon be getting these beds torn down, and then we will replace them with standard medical beds, which will be amazing. Bashetto, if you can stop making meals, because quite frankly, we have more than enough. Oh, thank you. Oh, he's doing exactly what we want. Are those chickens, like, going for it? Rooster 3 and Hen 5 just had, like, the best time in the world. Good for you two. My word. I mean, I can't even right now. I am just amazed by the audacity of those two chickens over there. Oh, it takes 10 medicine to make one bed. What do you mean it takes 10 medicine to make one bed? Oh, that's no fun. Oh, we can't even... Oh, my word. We're going to have to go buy more stuff. Oh, Bushetto, go do some trading. Try to get some more medicine. We have 4. Can we possibly get... what is that? That's 38. We do not want 38. Let's get 6 in, so that we can make one singular bed. Did you... Oh, those are cargo pods. Okay. I thought they'd sent our resources all the way out over here, and I was going to be having none of that. I do not like the concept of that. But that should be fine. We will set these to be acceptable once again. We should have enough to make... I'm thinking a plasteel medical bed, because, you know, we don't want to use exclusively steel, and we do have a lot of plasteel that otherwise at this point we don't have much of a use for. So I feel like that's going to be quite useful to us. Bashetto, I appreciate your audacity on the floors, but if you could build a medical bed instead. People will die, Bashetto. If you don't fix this bed, people will die. Okay, I mean, that's a bit overdoing it, because nobody's injured at all. Nobody even has, like, medical issues to worry about, except for Ninja, who is severely brain damaged and arguably does have a medical condition to worry about. But let's just ignore Ninja as he slowly hobbles through the colony trying to get any work done. Apparently he's trying to visit the grave of Brody, despite the fact that he is so severely brain damaged that he can hardly walk. I mean, I would help him, but I don't know how to help him. Can we implant, like, an AI persona core into his head and just replace his brain with an AI? I don't know if that's a good idea or a bad idea, but I feel like it's an awesome idea, so we're gonna go with that. It's gonna be great. We're gonna have Ninja be an AI cyborg person. Beautiful. Bashetto's getting to work on the plasteel hospital bed, which will hopefully increase survival of operations by 10, if not 20-fold, which would be amazing. Hey, does this group has 2 coolers? That is not acceptable. You do not get 2 coolers between 2 bedrooms. Oh, and Aya's taken this place. Aya is not one of those people who doesn't like having nice things. So we can actually start installing a bit of resources in here, like a plant pot, which will make her so happy, because her room is currently one of the worst rooms in the colony, it has to be said. If we can just get that wall built, that'll be great. We've got a hospital bed. Yes! There we go. We now have a hospital bed. That's going to be beautiful. If we can just finish Aya's room before the night so that, you know, Aya doesn't have to deal with the fact that, in all likelihood, she may be sleeping out in the open tonight, that'd be great. Oh, well, despite the death of Brody and the terrible things that seem to continue to happen to this colony, including concerning quantities of brain damage, it appears that our colony is, as usual, on the up and up. We are just continuing to be way too cool for school and succeeding overall. We now have a sprawling network of buildings. It's amazing. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, like and subscribe. Next time, we shall continue our adventures with Ninja, the severely brain-damaged farmer, who currently can walk at about a snail's pace, which is kind of unfortunate. Just saying. In terms of his health, he's not in the best of situations. He's got 30% efficiency in moving, which is not helping him at all, due to a permanent gunshot injury that may or may not have been inflicted by one of the colonists. Just saying. Anyway, until next time, thanks for watching, and of course, as always, enjoy the rest of your day.